Hello and welcome back. Today we have Platinum Review number 54, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Uncharted 4 is a third-person, action-adventure game with intense gunfights, treasure hunting, and climbing. Developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment, the game was released in 2016 and is the first in the series on the PlayStation 4, not including the Nathan Drake collection. Although it was remastered for the PlayStation 5 in 2022 as part of the Legacy of Thieves collection, I played the PlayStation 4 version, which, when compared to the original trilogy, represented a graphical upgrade with enhanced visuals, massive, beautiful environments, and smooth gameplay and controls. Set 3 years after the events of Drake's deception, A Thief's End begins similar to the other games, with an on-screen quote to set the tone for things to come. I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune. Immediately after, we see Nathan Drake as he attempts to navigate a small boat through rough seas in the middle of an intense storm.
Crap. This is really not good. Hold on! Nathan! They're gaining on us! I know! We'll crank it! Sam, I'm going as fast as I can!
To make matters worse, he appears to be pursued by unknown enemies. The player then takes control of Nate and learns the basics of driving, while Sam attempts to keep the enemies at bay. Fortunately, the boat is like a tank and can ram straight through the enemies, but after a while, Nate is thrown overboard. He is able to swim back to the boat, but the engine is dead. Now, the player is reacquainted with the basics of gunfights, as Nate holds back the enemies while Sam fixes the engine. Finally, the engine starts, and they head for shore, but are once again knocked overboard, and the game cuts to a flashback years earlier.
On your right! Watch it! Oh, shit! Nathan!
Here, a young Nate is scolded by a nun at the orphanage he lives at.
What are we gonna do with you? You must be tired of these lectures. I know I'm tired of giving them. And now you have to stay here with me all weekend instead of going on the retreat with everyone else? I don't care. Yes, that is the crux of the problem. No matter what I try, you seem insistent on going down the same sad road as your brother. What a waste.
After the nun is finished lecturing and insulting Nate, he looks out the window where he spots his brother Sam in the distance. The player then takes control as Nate makes his way towards Sam, getting reacquainted with the basics of parkour and climbing.
Ooh, you gotta learn to watch your back. All right.
Hey, it's good to see you, little brother. What was that? Really? Again?
It's nothing.
You told me you'd stay out of trouble, though.
He was talking shit about us.
So?
He said that Dad dumped us here because we're worthless, and Mom is in hell because...
Nathan, come on. They're just saying it because it gets to you, all right? You just gotta learn to laugh it off.
You wouldn't.
Well, do as I say, not as I do.
Eventually, he reaches Sam, and they catch up, until Sam tells Nate to follow him outside, where he has a Christmas gift waiting. From here, they scale the surrounding buildings, where a new rope mechanic is introduced. Throughout the game, Nate will reach locations where he can grapple to climb up and down, as well as swing or run on walls to reach previously inaccessible areas. Finally, they make it over the perimeter fence, and Nate sees the surprise, a motorcycle, but he detects an ulterior motive.
What?
The only time you pull a stunt like this is when you're trying to make up for something.
You are too smart for your own good, you know that? Alright. I got this job. Pays well. Really well, but gotta leave town for a little bit.
His intuition is correct, as Sam is starting a new job and will be away for a year, which Nate is less than thrilled about.
You're bailing on me.
Come on, don't be so dramatic.
What, so it wasn't bad enough to leave me in that place? How could you do this to me, Sam?
Wait, I'm doing this for you. The money I make is for the both of us.
However, to cheer Nate up, Sam reveals a second surprise, which Nate is much more receptive to.
I found Mom's stuff. Everything that Dad sold, I tracked down the buyer.
If you're saying this just to make me feel better,
I swear to God.
where?
On the other side of town. What do you say we go and get it back?
You mean steal it?
It's not stealing if it was ours to begin with.
I'm pretty sure the cops aren't gonna see it that way.
Well, then let's not get caught. You ready for this?
Hell yeah.
As they head off, the game flashes forward to an adult Nate locked up in a Panama jail, fighting with a fellow inmate. The player learns the basics of hand-to-hand combat before the fight is eventually broken up by the warden Vargas.
My turn. ¡Cagaste, idiota! ¡Suéltame!
Hey, we weren't fighting. Huh? Right, little guy?
Voy a matar, hijo, come mierda.
Hey, give me a call when you're tall enough to ride the rides.
Te voy a sacar tiras por el culo.
¡Solitaria! ¡Cállalo!
Te voy a estar esperando aquí, ¿eh?
Nate is hauled off to solitary confinement and locked away.
How long am I supposed to be in here? Huh? Where's the toilet?
You looking at it? Have fun.
I will. Gracias.
After a while, Vargas returns and escorts Nate through the dark and seedy underground of the prison.
¿Qué estás mirando?
Nada, amigo. Nothing.
Atrás. De este me encargo yo.
Bien.
But after a long walk, the tunnels open up to a bright and sunny sky. It turns out, Nate got locked up on purpose, and everything was just part of a larger plan.
Hey, take these cuffs off or what?
I want in.
In?
Whatever you hope to find up there, I want in.
Now, come on, Vargas. The deal was just to get us in and out of here. That's it.
Just? I'm sticking my neck out for you gringos.
Yeah, and Rafe is paying you a lot of money for your trouble.
See? But not nearly enough.
You were told not to open that.
Yes. I was also told not to take bribes, not to bring anyone here, and not to beat on my inmates. But here we are.
Vargas wants in on Nate's hunt for the lost treasure of Captain Henry Avery, and releases him after they come to an agreement.
What? What do you want?
The riches of paradise.
It's a metaphor.
No. You and your friends did not pay to get into this infernal place in search of a metaphor. I want in.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let me go up there, check out the prison cell. If there's still anything there after 300 years, you can take this up with Rafe. Come on.
Nate then makes his way towards the nearby tower. Along the way, he comes across hidden treasure that will serve as one of the game's many collectibles.
That's more like it. Okay, got a zodiac symbol. Sagittarius. And the Scorpio sign.
After much climbing, parkouring, and solving a zodiac sign puzzle, Nate discovers an ancient cross hidden within the walls.
Oh, would you look at that? Digna factis recipimus.
He takes it and returns to Vargas, but keeps his discovery hidden.
You made it. What'd you find? Drake? What?
Place was picked clean. If there's a clue hidden up there somewhere, I couldn't find it.
Are you sure? Were you looking in the right place?
Maybe I missed something in the letter. There could have been another tower that collapsed centuries ago.
Back inside the prison, Nate meets up with Sam, and they discuss the cross. They are interrupted by fellow inmate Rafe, who is also in on the ruse.
You and me. Now this rich asshole comes in on the tail end?
How long have we been trying to get in here?
We had some leads.
No, we didn't. Okay, not one. So like it or not, no Rafe, no Vargas, and no getting in here.
Speaking of Vargas, we got a problem.
What kind of problem? Did he let you into the old prison?
Yeah, he did. After he read the letter.
Together, they all head to a more secluded area to discuss their next move.
Okay, so what do we got?
Oh, shit.
Huh? Hey,
May I?
just be careful, okay?
Digna factis recipimus. We receive.
We receive the due rewards of our deeds.
Look at you.
It's a benefit of growing up in a Catholic orphanage. That's St. Dismas.
Yeah, the penitent thief.
However, they are attacked by Gustavo, the inmate Nate was fighting earlier. A trophy can be unlocked here for utilizing the buddy combo attack to team up with Sam or Rafe for an instant knockout. Unfortunately, the brawl is broken up by Vargas, and in the chaos, he discovers the cross, and that Nate was lying.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Eh?
Dame! Are you bringing in contraband?
Vargas.
¡Cállate! Who do you think you are? ¡Llévalo a su celda! Trae a los gringos a mi oficina.
Angered, Vargas takes the three back to his office and renegotiates his take.
Willing to give you 10%.
Think half.
We're doing most of the work, 20, and you'd never find it without us.
25 equals.
25. 25. Does that sound fair, guys?
Suppose I can live with that.
Sure. Maybe 400 million divides nicely by 4.
Looks like we have a deal.
Yes, we have a deal.
Reluctantly, they agree, but Rafe has other ideas. With Vargas's death, security is on lockdown as they attempt to escape the prison while avoiding gunfire from the many heavily armed guards.
Shit! Another dead end.
Fire escape. Nathan, get me out there. Come on, Sam. Ready? And...
Let's go.
Yeah, after you.
Open the roof. Follow me. Yeah, you sure? Yeah.
Unfortunately, things don't go as planned, with devastating results.
Come on! I'll pull you up! I got you! Come on!
Sam.
No. No, you hold on! Hold on! Sam! Give me your other arm! Come on, reach! No! Sam!
We gotta move.
Oh, no, he's still down there.
No, he's gone. Come on, the boat's just beyond the wall.
No, I can't. Can't leave him behind.
Nate, your brother is dead. Either come with me or join him. Just have it your way.
Nate and Rafe are able to escape, and the game flashes forward to 15 years later. The player then controls Nate as he swims underwater, working for a salvage company.
Going up. Look at that beauty. How you feeling?
Oh, better now that I'm out of that river.
Back on the deck of his ship, Nate can interact with his co-workers with optional conversations. The additional dialogue serves as another collectible in the game. Along with his boss Jameson, Nate cracks open the salvage, but is disappointed with the contents, clearly still missing the days of treasure hunting and uncovering lost artifacts. Before he can leave for the day, Jameson offers Nate an off-the-grid, more exciting, but illegal job. However, trying to stick to a normal life, Nate turns the offer down. He then returns home, where the player explores the attic, finding several fun items from the previous games.
So many men killed each other for a piece of this. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for nothing, St. Dismas.
Still having a hard time adjusting to life without adventure, Nate fires a toy gun as he pretends he is back in the action. A trophy can be earned if you can hit each of the targets around the room, which was a really fun Easter egg, as these were enemies from the previous games. After some fun, he makes his way downstairs, where his wife Elena waits with dinner. They talk about work, but Nate is lost in his own head.
Ah,
What?
where are you?
I'm in here being stabbed with a fork.
Oh, really? Jameson asked you about that Malaysia job again.
Jameson always asks me about the Malaysia job.
Look, Nate, I really think that you should take it.
Elena encourages him to take the Malaysia job, as she can sense his unhappiness, but Nate insists that he is fine. To take his mind off things, Nate challenges Elena to a video game. This turns out to be Crash Bandicoot on a PlayStation 1, in what was a truly awesome Naughty Dog throwback. You even had to play with the D-pad, just like the original PlayStation 1 controller. If you can beat Elena's high score, you will receive a trophy.
Nice.
Right?
Okay, good.
What? Is that it?
You asked for it.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I practically had it.
Now back at work, Nate is interrupted by a knock on the door.
Not open yet.
We're closed. Come on, man.
All right, I'm coming. Coming.
Asshole.
To his surprise, the person on the other side is none other than Sam, who Nate believed was dead for 15 years.
Your height, a little bit leaner. Definitely less gray in the temples.
Sam?
It's good to see you again, Nathan.
God, Sam.
Oh, all right. Take it easy, take it easy.
They catch up, with Nate detailing the events of the previous games to Sam, who listens on in disbelief. After a long night, Sam then explains exactly how he escaped jail and the immense trouble he finds himself in. It turns out, his cellmate recently was the infamous drug lord Hector Alcazar.
The tale of Henry Avery and his 400 million in jewels and gold has become a sweet lullaby for me. Do you really think you can find it?
Given the opportunity? Absolutely.
Ambition. What is that Avery quote?
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
I like how he thinks.
What the hell was that?
The opportunity of a lifetime.
Señor Alcázar, un gusto verlo.
Sáqueme de aquí.
Whoa.
¿Qué hacemos con él?
Samuel, are you ready to seek your fortune?
Yeah.
Vámonos.
Alcazar used his power and resources to stage a prison break and wants Sam to come with him.
with them! Keep going! They're everywhere!
After several intense gunfights, they narrowly escape, but it turns out Alcazar had another motive for bringing Sam along.
So, how long do you think it will take for you to retrieve Avery's treasure?
I don't know. I mean, I get back to the States, I can resume my search.
How long?
It's kind of hard to say until I get started.
You said you know where it is.
Yeah, I do, okay? But listen, it's not like Avery left some map with a big red X on it, okay? But I've got some very solid leads. Oh, okay. Just wait a minute. Hey, take it easy.
I like you, Samuel. More importantly, I believed you. That is why you were here.
I can get it, okay? I just need some time. Hector, listen to me. I will find it. I swear.
How long?
6 months.
People are lazy. They always ask for more time than they actually need. 3 months.
3 months is
3 months. Half the treasure. Can you do it? Say it.
3 months, half the treasure.
Now, if you run, or try to hide the treasure, or do something really stupid like go to the authorities, I'll know. And when you least expect it, I will be there. At that point, death is not a mercy I will grant you.
After hearing the many stories that Sam told during their time as inmates about Avery's treasure, Alcazar demands that Sam find the lost treasure for him as payment for helping him escape. Sam is given 3 months or he will be tortured. Finally, Sam has a new lead and plan to find Avery's treasure, but needs Nate's help. Reluctantly, Nate agrees to help, but lies to Elena about his whereabouts for the foreseeable future.
Hey, hon, it's me. Yeah, listen, you're not gonna believe this. Jameson just walked in here with the permits. Yeah. I know, but, it's like I'm gonna take that Malaysia job after all.
We then see Nate and Sam in Italy as they attempt to sneak into a secret, high society, illegal auction.
You see that? Oh, like a pro. It's your turn. Hi, thanks.
Nathan? Nathan?
What? Oh, yeah.
They trek through the harsh terrain until making it inside, where they meet up with Nate's good friend and mentor, Victor Sullivan.
It's been a while.
Too long, boyo.
You remember my dead brother, right? Victor?
I'll be goddamned. 15 years.
Yep.
Good to see you alive, Sam.
Sully proceeds to inform them that unfortunately, the St. Dismas cross that they are after is right in the middle of the crowded auction house. Despite this, they decide to try and steal the cross anyway, as Nate and Sam break away to find the circuit breaker to cut the power. While they are gone, Sully encounters an old acquaintance, Nadine Ross, and realizes that things are more complicated than anticipated.
Hi, Victor.
Hello, Nadine. Pleasure to see you again.
Only this time, I've got the drop on you.
Well, I guess I should be glad that's not a real gun. Hardly recognize you out of your fatigues.
Yeah. You know how it is. Every once in a while, a job requires us to get all dolled up.
Nadine Ross is buying me a drink.
Nadine Ross? Wait, doesn't she own that Army for Hire? It's called Coastline?
Shoreline.
Yeah, right. But you had a run-in with them.
It's putting it mildly. Fortunately, she does not seem to be holding a grudge.
It turns out that Nadine is working with Rafe, who intends to acquire the cross for himself. To make matters worse, Rafe is onto Sully and threatens him in front of everyone.
I know when I'm a third wheel. You two kids have fun tonight.
Just hold on, Sully. How'd you find out about it?
It? What it is that, Rafe? Nadine, I think your partner here has had too many Bloody Marys.
Cut the bullshit, old man. I don't know how you scammed your way in here, but if you think about bidding on Avery's cross, I can tell you exactly how you're going to be leaving in a goddamn
Rafe!
fight.
Meanwhile, Nate and Sam split up. Sam takes cover as a waiter and waits for Nate to cut the power, while Sully bids against Rafe to buy some time.
All right, boys, I'm at the switch. You ready?
As I'll ever be, Victor.
Just a sec.
The gentleman's bid, 220,000 euros.
500,000. Let's get the show on the road here.
Thank you. We have 500,000 euros in the room. Does the gentleman wish to bid again?
Had me worried there for a minute, Victor. Thought I might have to kill you.
Finally, Nate reaches the breaker, Sam steals the cross, and they all quickly escape. However, security is hot on their trail, and Nate is cut off by Nadine, who proves to be an overwhelming foe in combat.
Oh, scusi.
You're not supposed to be back here.
Well, neither are you. But I'll tell you what, I won't tell anyone if you don't.
You have something I want, and you're going to give it to me.
Really? Well, I'm flattered, but I'm afraid I'm spoken for. Oh, if you'll excuse me.
Have you had enough? Or do you want to keep being a smartass?
Well, you know, being a smartass has gotten me this far in life. Why quit now? All right, wait! It's in my back pocket.
Where is it?
Nate is unable to overpower Nadine and is knocked out the window. Luckily, he manages to hang on for dear life and commandeers a gun. Several gunfights ensue as Nate reconvenes with Sam and they fight their way towards Sully, who is waiting in the getaway car. They speed off and reach safety to break open the cross and discuss their next move.
Okay.
I hope I don't go to hell for this. Shit. What? It's empty.
What?
Oh, you're such an asshole.
He's your brother. All right, skull and crossbones. Very good, son.
It's Avery's insignia.
1659.
It's the year Avery was born.
1699.
Let me guess. The year he died.
Well, by most accounts, yeah, but it means we have date of birth, date of death, and paradise. Which means we're looking for Avery's grave.
St. Dismas's Cathedral.
Wait a second.
They decide to follow a lead and head for Avery's gravesite, which is outside a cathedral in Scotland. Sully tries to talk some sense into Nate, but is brushed aside, so he has a heart-to-heart with Sam instead.
You do realize that Rafe knows you're coming.
Yeah, we can deal with that when we get there.
But that psycho would like nothing better than for you to show up. Plus, he's got Nadine and a whole army to back him up.
Yeah, but he doesn't have this. The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
I thought this was about saving Sam.
It is. Now, come on, it's both, right? We need the treasure so we can save Sam.
How is Elena cool with all this? Jesus, kid.
Look, it's just not that simple.
With all that you two have been through together,
she wouldn't understand this.
You are not giving her enough credit.
I can't take that chance.
Something on your mind, dear?
Look, I realize it couldn't have been easy. All those years away. And I'm sorry for what happened to you. But it's not his fault.
I never said that it was.
Took a long time for him to get out of this game.
You see a gun to his head? He chose this. Okay, he's meant for this life.
You really believe that?
Why are you here, Victor?
Because somebody's got to keep an eye out for him.
The game then cuts to Nate in Scotland, where fortunately, Rafe's men are busy at the cathedral and are ignoring the graveyard. Within the graveyard, Nate jots down some information in his journal, and this will serve as another collectible spread throughout the game. These contain useful information that can be used later to help solve puzzles. Utilizing this entry, Nate discovers Avery's grave and a secret passage hidden below. Inside, Nate comes across a note, which is yet another collectible. These brief snippets provide additional background information and lore.
Jesus. Dismas on the left.
Penitent thief.
Guestus on the right.
Jerk thief.
Isn't that something?
Nathan, that's it. You got it. It looks like a constellation.
Yeah. That's Libra. The scales of justice.
Open sesame.
Wrong treasure.
Shush. No nice view. No treasure, though.
No, but... Look, you see those crosses?
Oh, yeah. Is that a cave right below?
Yeah, I think Avery's trying to tell us where to go next.
After extensive puzzle solving and exploration, Nate and Sam spot their next location to search, a mountainside cave. But, unfortunately, they must go through Rafe's men to reach it. Rafe's men are heavily armed and can take Nate out quickly, but after many, many gunfights, they reach the cave. If you are careful enough in this section, you can earn a trophy by sneaking past all of the mercenaries and not engaging in battle at all.
breaking things.
Damn it!
We made it. It's quite the detour. Those shoreline assholes were right next to us.
Yeah, but I think we're the first ones in here.
Within the dark depths lie many complex puzzles and rough terrain. A trophy can be earned during one puzzle if you can complete it in 10 moves or less.
Nathan, look. I think you got it.
All right, see? No shishkinates, no naked kebabs today.
So, if that was a test, what do you suppose it was testing exactly? Filling a bucket?
Nate and Sam parkour and climb until they hear Nadine and Rafe on the other side of the wall, as they are miraculously close by, but there is tension between them.
Can't sit around waiting any longer.
All due respect, I think I have a bit more experience with this sort of thing than you do.
We tried things your way.
Bullshit. You've been wanting to level this place ever since we got here.
No! I wanted to steal that cross long before it ever even made it to that auction. The same auction where I couldn't have my men around to deal with any surprises.
The auction was the cleanest way
but
to get the
instead
cross.
of going with my gut, I listened to you. And now we have competition.
Oh, well, I didn't think he'd show up.
Or maybe you wanted to draw him out.
Why the hell would I do that?
Because you think you need him. And maybe you do.
Nate and Sam travel even deeper, where they find another test set up by Avery.
It's gotta be the coins.
Are we sure about this?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure we'll have to do.
Just one now.
Agreed. I got it. Please don't be a trap.
They pass, but this tells them to reach yet another far-off location. This time, it's Kings Bay in Madagascar. As they discuss things further, Nadine and her men blast through the wall and cut them off.
He was recruiting.
Who was recruiting?
Avery was recruiting.
Recruiting for what?
Crap.
You gentlemen are very, very noisy. Bring me the crucifix.
It's not a crucifix.
What?
Well, technically, a crucifix refers to a cross that... You know what? Never mind.
Don't touch it!
Luckily, her men are not careful, allowing Nate and Sam an opportunity to escape. They fight through countless enemies until they make it back outside, where Sully awaits with the seaplane.
Sam! Watch the turret! Gotta take that thing out!
On board, they vent their frustrations, as it seems they are on a wild goose chase, but head for Madagascar anyway.
This is beginning to smell a whole lot like wild goose, kid.
Look, the treasure was never in Scotland, okay?
Then what was the point of all that, huh? Of the St. Dismas
Look,
cross?
it's like I said. I think Avery was recruiting people. The cross was an invitation. The caves were just some sort of initiation.
Oh, so we all passed, huh? Congrats, Victor. We get eye patches and parrots now.
As they reach land, Nate continues to lie to Elena, but she is clearly onto him.
Postponed, actually. Looks like we're gonna need maybe another 10 days or so.
Ugh, 10 days? Hey, well, why don't I just, go ahead and buy a ticket then?
You know, you don't have to do that. That's fine. I mean, you know, these guys always overestimate things. I'm sure it'll be less time than that.
Okay, well, you know, don't rush. Make sure that you're safe.
Oh, I will. Always do. Listen, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Jameson's calling me over.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Later, the three drive towards a nearby volcano, and the player is introduced to the mechanics of driving on harsh terrain.
This looks promising. Come on, baby. Let's go, 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 go! Thought this thing was all terrain.
You gotta gut it before you hit the hill.
The slippery slopes must be carefully navigated, and the winch utilized to climb steep hills. Along the way, there are several rock formations that can be smashed through to earn a trophy. As they continue to travel, they come across even more enemies, but this time, they are equipped with RPGs.
Oh boy! No! Okay, I think that's it.
Oh, no. These clowns are really getting on my nerves.
Hit him!
Spin out now.
Don't panic! Don't panic!
I am very much here.
The cable's gonna snap! I got you!
Hold on tight, kid.
I got you!
After many extremely difficult and frustrating battles, followed by a death-defying climb, they discover even more clues, but are yet again sent off to a new location, as the never-ending search for treasure continues. Utilizing the coin from earlier, they narrow down their next stop to 2 possible tower locations, and decide it is best to split up, with Nate and Sully searching for one, and Sam the other.
All right, there's our tower.
You really think all that treasure's gonna be just sitting in the middle of a goddamn market?
As Nate and Sully approach their tower, a trophy can be earned by interacting with a nearby lemur. After, Nate and Sully break into the clock tower and attempt to reach the top. More Zodiac sign puzzles await, and reaching the very top will earn another trophy.
I can practically see my house from up here.
The final bell must be rung, but just when he reaches it, the bell breaks and smashes to the ground, taking Nate along with it. Luckily, he was able to unlock a hidden passage, leading underground before wrecking, so he and Sully head down. Behind even more puzzle-solving tests, Nate and Sully discover the portraits of 10 pirates, including Avery, who seemingly combined all their treasure together in a long-lost pool of wealth. Another trophy can be earned here for snapping a photo of Sully. Nate then attempts to contact Sam to let him know what they have discovered, but instead, he receives an incoming call from Rafe, who has not only hacked their phone, but also tracked their location.
Sam, did you get the photos?
Here I am. I'm calling what I thought was Sullivan's phone, and look who picks up. How you been, Nate?
Hey, Rafe.
Look, Nate, I'm gonna make you a one-time offer here. You drop everything. Go home, live your life. And I'm willing to forgive and forget. For old time's sake.
As tempting as that sounds, Rafe.
I gotta say, I'm not normally the kind of guy who likes to quit while he's ahead.
Okay. Rodeus Quota sent you. For God and liberty. These are nice pictures, Nate. Good composition.
You hacked our phones.
You stole my cross. You do realize that your phones are equipped with GPS, right? I'll see you soon, buddy.
Shit. Let me guess. Goons with guns on their way here now.
Sam, for God and liberty. Nathan, do you understand what this means?
Sam, listen to me.
Get off the streets right now and destroy
Your phone.
What's going on?
Rafe knows where we are. You gotta find someplace to hide.
Sam? Sam!
Desperate to reach Sam quickly, Nate and Sully leave the tower, but are ambushed by Rafe's men. Upon exiting the tower, a trophy can be earned if you stand still for 30 seconds, referencing a tech demo fail from E3 2015. They fight through the enemies and spot Sam in the distance, pursued by enemies of his own.
I'm just gonna cut through here! What am I supposed to do now?
Hey, up the stairs!
We're close. Keep an eye out for Sam.
Hey, I think that's him. Right there.
Hold on!
What do you think I've been doing? What? You out of your goddamn mind?
Yep, probably.
After many intense encounters, Nate catches up, but is rammed off the road and left injured under a flaming car. Sam returns just in time to save him, and they speed off together as Nate fires upon the pursuing vehicle.
Here, take this!
Holy shit.
Later that night, they reconvene with Sully and decide to head for Libertalia, the shared pirate utopia just outside Kings Bay. But as they head inside to discuss things further, Nate realizes that he is in deep trouble.
That treasure is as good as ours. Shit.
How's the Malaysia job going, Nate? Seems like you're a hair off course.
Elaine, it's not what it looks like.
Really? Because what it looks like is that you're searching for Henry Avery's buried treasure.
Well, for starters, this is Sam. Sam Drake. My brother.
I'm sorry.
I thought he had died in a Panamanian jail, but I was obviously very wrong. He's been stuck in there for 15 years, and it's because of me. And the guy who broke him out wants a lot of money, and the only way we can pay off the debt is Avery's treasure.
Nate attempts to explain things, but Elena is hurt by his lies, and his marriage appears to be on the rocks yet again.
Was there ever a Malaysia job?
Come on, wait. Elena, wait!
I don't get you.
Look, I wanted to tell you.
You know what? Enough.
No, I wanted to, but how could I?
I don't know. Just say it.
I had to protect you.
That is bullshit, Nate. You just didn't have the nerve to face me again.
I knew you would react like this.
How would you react? You lied to me for weeks. If you were killed, I wouldn't have even known about it. The look on your face when you walked into this room. If you're done lying to me, then you should stop lying to yourself. I got a plane to catch. You do what you have to do.
Sully tries to talk some sense into Nate as always, but he is too stubborn and downright nasty to Sully.
Hey, what are you doing? Go after her.
We're not done here.
Well, maybe we should be.
What are you saying?
I'm saying maybe there's a smarter way to save Sam.
Such as?
Such as we give him a new identity. We put him in hiding somewhere.
He's been in prison for 15 years. He's not going into hiding.
Okay, fine. You go after your wife. Sam and I will head off for Libertalia.
Without me? Come on, you'll get both of you killed.
Really? Kid, I've been doing this for a hell of a long time. I think I might be able to
Hey, you want to be helpful, Sullivan? Go keep an eye on her.
Too proud and stupid, Nate teams up with Sam as they continue their search for Libertalia while Sully stays behind and comforts Elena. Together, Nate and Sam sail through Kings Bay, looking for any sign of Avery or Libertalia. As they search, a trophy can be earned for swimming around a sunken ship with a great callback to the earlier games. Another trophy can be earned for getting dolphins to follow your boat, but this was extremely fickle and rather out of place and annoying. Nate and Sam decide to climb up to the top of a tower on one island to get a good view, and spot arrows pointing out to sea, so they follow them around. These take them to a hidden area with pirate sigils, blueprints, and artifacts. Despite more proof that Libertalia existed, they are no closer to finding it, as they venture further and find even more puzzles and leads that keep sending them from one place to another. Finally, they locate a large Avery statue and figure out that they must follow the looking glass to a nearby island, as the never-ending search continues from one place to the next.
There. So? Big skull-shaped island, what?
Big island.
No skull.
It's gotta be it. Libertalia.
Is that our boy Rafe?
Who the hell else?
Shit.
Only this time, Rafe and his men have reached King's Bay, and as Nate and Sam head out, we get the cutscene from the beginning of the game, in which Nate is thrown overboard and separated from Sam. Weak and injured, Nate slowly makes his way inland as he desperately searches for Sam. It is too much for him to handle, and he passes out in a cave, waking up later when the storm has passed. Nate climbs, fights, and explores through countless mercenaries and mountainous terrain.
Rafe. Ah, damn it. Watch your back, Sam.
Hang on. Shit, what was that?
Hang on.
After what feels like forever, he shockingly finds Sam, who is alive and well. There is increased tension among them, but a pirate sigil distracts and reinvigorates them. After even more exploration, parkour, and climbing, Nate and Sam finally reach the abandoned pirate utopia of Libertalia, but there is no treasure in sight. So, they decide to head for the treasury.
A commercial district of some kind.
Yes, thank you for that, Nathan. Come on. What do you see?
You just want to hear me say it, don't you?
Really want to hear you say it.
All right. Libertalia.
Libertalia! The long-lost legendary pirate utopia discovered after 300 years by one Samuel Drake. And his younger, slightly less charming brother who happened to be tagging along for the ride. You know, I always knew you'd make something of yourself one day.
As they head there, miraculously, the mercenaries have already arrived, and even more intense battles ensue.
Nice work!
Can you believe
Crap,
it?
more shoreliners.
Looks like Rich Boy was right.
That's it.
A little while later, they reach the treasury, but yet again, there is no treasure to be found because it was moved, leading them to yet another location as the wild goose chase continues. This time, they must reach the other side of Libertalia, to a location called New Devon.
It's a map of Libertalia.
All right, so follow it to the other side of the island there, look. Right there.
New Devon. Wait, Avery was from Devon, England.
He sure was. Man, those are some seriously large mansions.
Each of them has its own sigil, too. Oh. Quite the crow's nest, huh?
There it is. Just on the other side of the river.
Now, what do you say we go? Rob from the rich, huh?
Hey, is there a path down there?
Of sorts. Come on.
They climb to the top of a nearby tower to get a good view, but are fired upon by mercenary RPGs, as they seem to always be one step ahead with countless numbers and massive firepower. Nate and Sam make a run for it, but Nadine once again cuts off Nate and overpowers him.
Trust a Drake. I'm not falling for that again.
Hey, just let's talk about this.
She fights both Nate and Sam, but drops her gun. Sam is able to get the drop on her and holds her hostage as Rafe arrives on the scene.
Hey, forget about her. Come on, we gotta get out of here before they... Shit. Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay?
This guy's on edge.
Oh, don't worry about him, Nadine. These guys don't kill anyone in cold blood. It's just not their style.
You wanted to bet her life on that?
Go ahead, then. Shoot her.
Sam.
I die, you both die.
So be it.
Not another step!
I mean, like this?
Sam, put the gun down.
I warned you.
Do it!
It's done!
Hold your fire! Don't shoot! Put it down.
It's done. Okay? It's done.
Don't worry, Nadine. It's not their style.
I say, I didn't think he had it in him.
Hey! Come on, man. You already got us. Take it easy. Come on, now, you're a businessman. Let's just work out a deal.
Oh, a deal? Oh, yeah. Love to hear what you have in mind.
Nate tries to reason with Rafe and cut a deal, but he is about to discover just how far in the dark he truly is, as not everything is as it seems.
We'll help you find it.
In exchange, I let you live?
Yeah. That and a small cut.
The gauchos on this guy.
Just enough to get him his freedom, okay?
His freedom?
Nathan. Yeah, he did hard time. Our time. And the guy who broke him out, Hector Alcazar, he owes him a lot of money.
Whoa, what the hell are you talking about, Nate? Hector Alcazar died in a shootout in Argentina like 6 months ago. I'm the one that got Samuel out. Dear old Samuel Drake, an authority on Avery, is alive and somewhat well. There was no breakout. I bribed the prison warden, and your brother, he just waltzed right out the front gate. He spent the last 2 years tracking down a second St. Dismas cross. You know what? He did it all with me.
Oh,
yeah?
No, that's bullshit.
Oh. Sam, care to refute?
Nate. Oh, Sam. Jesus, no. Why don't you face it, Rafe? You need us.
No, you're right. You're half right. I just need Sam.
Wait, now you're making a mistake.
Don't listen!
Rafe reveals the truth and decides he no longer has any use for Nate. Sam takes the bullet for him as Nate crashes to the water below. Left for dead, Nate is rescued by none other than Elena. The game then cuts to a flashback as we see a younger Nate and Sam as they break into a mansion that Sam claims holds their mom's missing journal. They search all throughout the massive home until finally finding her journal. Contained within its pages is information regarding Henry Avery and his lost pirate treasure. But before they can learn more, the owner of the home arrives, gun pointed at them. Sam pleads with her, as it turns out the old woman was actually working with their mother, and they were hunting for treasure together.
You knew our mom?
She worked for me. Your mother was the most brilliant historian I have ever met. We could have accomplished so much together. But then her illness... I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Happened a long time ago.
Of all her discoveries, this would have been her crowning achievement. Sic parvis magna.
Greatness from small beginnings.
Sir Francis Drake's motto.
It is as much yours as it is mine. Who knows? Perhaps one day you'll be able to finish what she started.
Sadly, as they are talking, the woman falls to the floor, dead, just as the cops arrive. Left with no other option, Nate and Sam flee the cops and narrowly escape to safety. However, they can never go back, as they will be arrested, so they decide to change their identities and take on the name Drake to finish their mom's life work.
I always felt that we were destined for something great. But until tonight, I didn't know what that meant. But this, Mom's unfinished work, this is our chance to restart our lives with brand new identities. Mom believed that Sir Francis Drake had heirs. Who's to say he didn't?
You're serious, aren't you?
Nathan, we were meant for this. And I promise, you and me together, we're gonna go far. So what do you say? Nathan Drake.
Everything changed after that. You know, we became explorers, adventurers. Mostly thieves. Ow.
Okay, just hold still.
Back in the present time, Nate finishes telling Elena everything he had withheld, and they reconcile. But things are definitely still shaky.
Thanks.
Sure.
No, I mean, thanks for saving me. Again.
I almost didn't this time.
Together, they travel to Elena's car, which she happened to steal from the mercenaries. Of course, this is no simple task, and requires parkouring, puzzle solving, and several intense enemy encounters, including one particularly infuriating battle.
Oh my god! Nate! No!
During an early fight, there is a trophy you can earn if you sneak past all enemies and drive away without killing any. As they travel, Nate and Elena have a brief heart-to-heart as they slowly begin to mend their relationship.
You said you almost didn't come back.
Well, I couldn't leave when you were clearly in over your head. And you know, there's that whole marriage vow thing.
For better or worse.
Yeah. For better or worse. You know, even if you think that you're protecting me, you don't have a right to shut me out. No matter what it is, you're supposed to come to me so that we can work through it together as a team.
I know that.
They drive through mud-filled paths and deep water until being forced to abandon the car as it crashes through a decaying bridge.
Waterfall! I'm okay! I'm okay!
The tree is not okay!
Oh, come on!
From here, they continue to talk as Nate admits the truth.
Come on.
I wasn't trying to protect you. It's just, I made a promise that I was done with this life.
We both did.
Yeah, but I broke it. I didn't tell you because I was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Of losing you. I guess I was protecting myself.
After much exploration and the usual climbing, Nate and Elena reach the outskirts of New Devon. They find skeletons trapped in cages strung up around the town and get some insight into the madness and cruelty of the pirates. In the distance, they spot Avery's mansion, but surprise, surprise, Rafe's men are already there, and they have taken Sam hostage. Together, Nate and Elena travel through the flooded ruins, encountering intense enemies along the way. Nate can take refuge under the surface, as the game suggests, but the enemies seem to have Promethean vision, and can easily track him around corners and underwater. After a long and hard-fought battle, they emerge victorious and continue the treacherous journey towards the mansion. As they get closer, the current gets stronger and nearly knocks them off course, but they are able to recover and reach the mansion of Thomas II, the pirate second in command. Contained within the dining room, they discover the skeletons of the pirates who founded Libertalia. Only 2 are missing, Tew and Avery. Along with notes found throughout the mansion, Nate begins to piece together the severity of the distrust and actions of Avery towards his fellow pirates as he descended into madness.
Avery makes a grand toast. For God and liberty! Arg, ahoy, mateys, all that. And they all take a swig. Except these 2. And just like that, all the treasure of Libertalia becomes the sole possession of 2 men.
After more exploration, Nate and Elena enter Avery's mansion, where Rafe's mercenaries await their arrival. The ensuing battle was the second most difficult and infuriating gunfight for me. The enemies were heavily armed, including heavy machine guns, turrets, snipers, and grenade launchers. Cover was essentially non-existent, and where it was found was made of wood, and Nate was quickly shot through it.
Jesus. You all right?
Yeah. They were just waiting to ambush us.
Yeah. All right, let's get that door open. See what they didn't want us to find.
After many, many deaths, I was able to narrowly escape, as Nate and Elena continued to search through the mansion, discovering that Avery moved the treasure to his ship, as he became increasingly paranoid of others stealing it. They continued to explore until finding a secret passage leading below the mansion. However, this area is extremely dangerous, as Avery rigged it with numerous traps that must be overcome. These include complete darkness, explosive platforms if stepped on out of order, and proximity exploding mummies.
Oh, hell. God damn it!
Are you okay?
So far, so good.
Venturing deeper, they encounter the usual mercenaries and must fight through them. However, awaiting them on the other side of victory are even more explosives and Avery traps.
Oh God! Don't stop! Keep running! Right behind you!
Come on, get up!
They narrowly escape and land back outside. As they continue, they discover a ship graveyard just off the shore. It turns out that Avery grounded the ships as he continued to spiral out of control. As they climb, they spot Sam in the distance, who appears to have escaped his captors and is taking on heavy fire. What followed was by far the most difficult and frustrating enemy encounter of the entire game, and of any Uncharted game I had played up to that point. As usual, the cover was mostly wood and easily destroyed. Even just attempting to get to the next area would result in a quick death before even reaching it. Don't bother swinging as you are a sitting duck. The enemies had intense movement tracking, with Promethean vision and snipers that could pick you off in an instant. To make matters worse, multiple heavy turrets would arrive and can pick you off from extreme distances if you pop out of cover, even briefly. With each attempt, the enemies behaved differently, so a precise and consistent strategy couldn't be used, but rather, you had to quickly adapt and respond to what was actively happening. After many deaths and several hours, I was finally able to get past this massive roadblock. I should note that I chose to play the game starting with crushing difficulty, which made this much more difficult than it should have been. Nate and Elena continued to fight through even more mercenaries, but compared to the previous encounter, this was not nearly as bad. They finally reconvene with Sam and fight together. But Nate is separated from them during battle. He must then fight alone as he is chased by a heavily armored vehicle that bears down on him with extreme aggression and turret fire.
Stairs! Keep going. Holy shit. Sully?
How you doing, Nate?
Luckily, when all hope looks lost, Sully arrives to save the day. Elena and Sam then catch up, and they head for Sully's plane on the other side of town. Sam tries to explain his actions, but Nate decides that is best for another day. While everyone else is ready to go home, Sam still irrationally desires Avery's treasure. After some convincing, he reluctantly relents and agrees to let it go.
No offense to these guys, but they don't get it.
Actually, Sam, they do. They really do. Okay. Trust me, they've seen this kind of obsession before. Sam, we're not those kids anymore. We're not. And we got nothing to prove.
They make their way through the crumbling town until Sam is separated from Nate. He takes this opportunity to let everyone down again and selfishly heads off for the treasure. Putting Sam above their own self-interests, Nate, Sully, and Elena head after him before Rafe and his mercenaries get to him first. Unfortunately, Nate must go alone as he searches for Sam.
See?
This isn't gonna hold.
Nate, go.
No, I got it.
God damn it. Now how the hell are we supposed to get up there?
We don't have enough time.
Nate? No, not by yourself.
I'll come right back, okay?
Look, he is not gonna leave without a fight.
Well, then I'll fight him if I have to, but either way, I'm bringing him back.
As he partakes in the usual parkouring, climbing, and exploration, Nate spots Avery's ship far below the cliffs. As he swims towards it, Sam steals a boat and heads off as Rafe and Nadine have a disagreement in their next move.
Can you see that? The end is literally in sight.
That maniac pirate of yours has rigged this entire cave. I'm not setting foot on his ship.
Nadine, if you cut and run right now, the loss of all your men, everything that we've done, is for nothing.
We have millions in gold right here. I'd say that plus our lives is something.
Now look, we can stand here and insult each other all day, or we can finish what it is that we've done.
Oh, we're finishing it all right.
Sorry, man.
Let's go make history.
Not a girl.
Nate swims toward the ship, but an explosion on board signals impending doom. On board, he finds Sam, but he is trapped under wreckage. To make matters worse, Rafe arrives, along with Nadine, and Nate is left without a gun.
Hey, Nate.
Where is Sam?
Oh, he's right there.
Sam?
Relax, he's alive. This idiot nearly got us all killed.
I'm getting him out of here.
No, you're not.
Rafe, you can have the treasure, all right? Just let me save my brother.
Good to see you up and about. Be a dear and relieve Nate there of his gun.
Hand it over.
You really think you can trust him? Huh?
Not your concern.
Now, why are you trying to instigate? Nate? Nadine and I are partners. I don't screw over my partners. Get over there. You and your brother, though. Right from the start, you took advantage of my generosity. You tried to cut me out, and it's high time you learn. What are you doing?
Now you give me your gun.
Nadine?
I won't ask you again.
What, you're just leaving us here to die?
Oh, I'm just leaving. Whether you die or not, I don't really care.
Nadine? Wait.
So long, Rafe.
Nadine! Nadine!
To Rafe's surprise, Nadine turns on him and leaves him and Nate for dead in the burning ship. Similar to Tu and Avery, who did each other in as they obsessed over the treasure, Nate and Rafe's sword fight in the very same chamber. Rafe's attacks must be read and countered accordingly in what was my favorite boss fight from the Uncharted series. Mistime your counters, and Nate would be sliced down in brutal fashion, as despite his rich parents and entitled life, Rafe is jealous of Nate's success.
I have sacrificed everything to find Avery, and I'm not gonna let a couple of two-bit thieves, a senile con man, and a washed-up journalist take that away from me! Hold still! Come on, quickly. I had everything handed to me on a goddamn silver platter.
A trophy can be earned if each of Rafe's attacks is parried without taking damage. After a long clash, Rafe is crushed by the very treasure he so desperately desires. Nate runs to Sam, but he can't free him. Unwilling to leave him, Nate floods the ship to lessen the weight, and they escape together.
Let's get your head down! Do it now! Come on!
Later that night, the group says their farewells as Nate and Elena head home and Sam takes Sully up on a job offer. Later, we see Nate back at work, where Jameson informs him that he has sold the business. To Nate's surprise, the new owner is himself, and Elena. It turns out that Sam was able to get away with some treasure, and left some for them.
Well, heard this rumor about a salvage job off the coast of Malaysia, and I thought it'd be right up our alley.
No. Honey, look. We barely got out of Libertalia alive.
Yeah.
Hey, taking an illegal job? You know what that leads to.
Who said it was illegal? Look. This came in this morning.
Is this legit?
Yeah. Some of my old contacts out there, they work their magic with the Malaysian permit office. It was great. I didn't even have to bribe anyone.
Well, that's good because I don't know how we could possibly even afford to do this.
Here. Hold out your hand.
What?
Hold out your hand. Come on.
Holy crap. Where did you get this?
It was in my jacket pocket. Along with a bunch more.
A bunch? Sam.
He's a sneaky one.
Together, Nate and Elena realize that they missed adventure, but this time, they will do things legally and as a team, in a wonderful, full-circle moment referencing Elena's TV show from the first game. Nate and Elena talk as the screen pans away and the game ends.
I'm gonna have my hands full with the camera.
Well, I'm gonna have my hands full with all the diving.
Okay, fine. We'll take turns.
Yeah. Or I could play for it.
Seriously?
No, listen, I have been practicing. I'm getting good.
No.
However, the game does fade back in to the Crash Bandicoot game. Only this time, it is Nate and Elena's daughter Cassie who is playing, several years later. If you were unable to beat the high score earlier, you get another chance now. The player then controls Cassie as she looks throughout the home and beautiful surrounding beach for her parents. In the adjacent building, she finds Nate's keys and opens a locked wardrobe to find the many secrets he and Elena had kept hidden. As she rummages through their stuff, Nate and Elena return and decide it is time to fill Cassie in on their past. Together, they head for the boat as Nate begins to tell their story and the game truly ends.
See, for me it started when this guy called me up with a scoop on a massive historical find. It sounded like a complete fraud.
Yeah, handsome fraud.
No, I hadn't even met him yet.
Oh, she knew. She knew.
So this fraud says, if you fund the trip, then I'll give you the coffin of Sir Francis Drake.
And for the record, I totally delivered.
Yeah, you delivered us into the hands of Indonesian pirates.
No, come on, you know I had nothing to do with that.
Okay, guys, time out. You're saying that you were attacked by pirates after you found the coffin of Sir Francis Drake. Is that right?
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
right.
it. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Language.
Crap.
Better.
All right, so keep going.
Actually, he wasn't in there. Yeah, just his journal with a map to El Dorado.
The City of Gold?
That's the legend. Turns out it was just a statue. A cursed statue.
No way, seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
At this point, depending upon the difficulty you started with, you should have most or all story-related trophies. The game must be completed on crushing difficulty, but this is best done on a second playthrough. That is because the collectibles found throughout the game will unlock special perks to aid in battle. These include things such as unlocking special weapons, unlimited ammo, and slow motion. Utilizing these will make completing crushing mode much easier. But not all perks are used in battle, as some can alter the audio or visuals, as well as unlock character skins for fun customization. For the Platinum, you must collect all of the nearly 200 various collectibles. These include all optional conversations, notes, journal entries, and treasures. As usual, there is a special strange relic treasure that is a wonderful callback to Jak and Daxter. Only this time, there is more to be found. There is also a reference to both The Last of Us and Crash Bandicoot. A guide could definitely be useful, as the treasures are widely spread out and often well hidden. You would save yourself a lot of time searching massive areas where there's nothing to be found, and Chapter Select can be used to go back and clean up any you're missing. If you are like me and started the game on crushing from the start, good luck. Honestly, I was not a newcomer to the series, as I had already completed the original trilogy on crushing and dabbled a bit in brutal, so I thought this wouldn't be an issue. But this was the hardest game for me to complete on crushing and was easily the most infuriating. There were not a ton of enemy encounters, but the difficulty lied outside of the enemies themselves. Rather, The environments, weapon options, cover, and overall cheapness were the true test to overcome. The checkpoint or starting weapons were a major factor, as I would often have a terrible weapon for a particular encounter or very little ammo. When I would finally get a major weapon, the encounter would mostly be over and I couldn't even use it. The enemies could easily see through walls, underwater, and at extreme distances. They were oftentimes aggressive and would strategically flank you, but never act exactly the same way with a restarted checkpoint. I found myself often shot at from multiple angles at once, and would drop dead before even knowing where the enemy fire was coming from. The cover around the map was mostly useless, as it was almost always made of wood or destroyable material that would quickly get wrecked or blown up, so you would often be forced to be exposed. The developers also made sure to precisely design the environments to work against the player. As you can see here, I can see the enemy with ease, but once I zoom in to fire, the reed moves right into my line of sight, so I can't see the enemies. This would happen all the time, with different objects, such as waterfalls splashing around the enemies. To make matters worse, the enemies all possessed Josh Allen arm strength combined with Patrick Mahomes' accuracy for disgusting grenade throws that would land right next to you, no matter where you were or how far away the enemies were. This would usually knock you out of cover, which Nate took forever to recover from, and that opening would be enough to strike you down. Attempting to just move around the map or switch between covers would result in massive oncoming fire and rendering Nate in the red almost instantly. As you can see, I had almost 500 deaths from my crushing playthrough alone, and it honestly felt like a lot more. Most of these came from just 3 encounters, and probably at least half from the one in Chapter 20. This is why it is best to complete the game first on normal and get all the collectibles. Then, use the points to purchase perks to use on crushing. Having unlimited ammo and weapons available at your disposal rebalances things to how it really is supposed to be. The encounters are still very difficult, but you now have a way to combat the enemies in return, making the experience actually quite enjoyable. Otherwise, crushing is a very frustrating and an unnecessarily unfair journey to take on from the start. But it is possible, and something those looking for an extreme challenge may want to attempt. No matter what difficulty you select from the start, a second playthrough is required. On this attempt, you must complete the game in less than 6 hours. In addition, Uncharted 4 does have combat-related trophies. One of these requires completion of the game with 70% accuracy. This is best done when combined with your speedrun, as the difficulty can be lowered and perks such as lock-on can be activated to make it a breeze. However, there are known glitches that can be used to boost your accuracy on Explorer difficulty, and then recompleting the epilogue. But, with numerous perks at your disposal, an overpowered second run certainly washes out the aftertaste of the crushing run. Otherwise, the combat trophies include basic objectives, such as taking down enemies with headshots, taking down enemies with stealth, making enemies drop grenades, defeating 100 enemies without dying, defeating 1,000 enemies in total, and getting a specific chain of kills in quick succession. Nothing was too difficult here, and you could replay certain chapters or encounters to get the perfect setup. However, I did experience some issues when replaying encounters. While these worked perfectly for certain trophies, the stats from story mode did not carry over, and with each completed encounter, the stats would reset. If you are going for a specific objective, be sure to restart the checkpoints before finishing the encounter to keep the stats counting. Otherwise, just utilize Chapter Select, which carried over stats without issue. But it did require you to play until reaching the desired encounter. In addition to the combat-related trophies, there are several chapter-specific ones. Most of these I mentioned earlier and require the completion of specific tasks, and if missed, can be earned later using Chapter Select. However, after all this, the Platinum Trophy is still not yet yours. That is because Uncharted 4 has the dreaded multiplayer trophies. Fortunately though, these are not too bad, and the multiplayer mode was actually a lot of fun. I was expecting these trophies to be annoying, as most multiplayer ones are, but the PvE game modes were a pleasant surprise. Basically, you are teamed up with other players and battle against AI, with a specific objective depending upon the game type. You can select from a variety of past and present characters, such as Nate, Elena, or Sully, and battle against past and present enemies, such as Flynn or Lazarevich. The objectives vary in difficulty. Before a trophy, you must complete the introduction, which is basically just a tutorial, and all trials on moderate difficulty. The objectives can range from getting revives, to specific kills, or earning and summoning battlefield allies. My favorite ones by far were the mystical trials, which utilized artifacts from the previous games, such as the Chintamani Stone or Indra's Eternity, for powerful abilities, such as instant revives or slowing down the enemy. These were a really cool way to incorporate the various artifacts across the series, and came together in a very natural and smooth experience. Many games will often add a multiplayer mode in a typically single-player experience. These are usually frustrating, awkward, unwanted, and feel completely out of place. But with Uncharted 4, that is not the case. The multiplayer modes felt like a natural expansion of the story gameplay, and truly was a welcome addition. It was great to play as some of my favorite characters across the series, and was just an overall great time. The only multiplayer trophy that could be slightly annoying is to complete 5 multiplayer matches. That is because these have to be PvP as opposed to the PvE trials. As any PvP trophy, these can be rather annoying, as 5 matches may feel like 50 if you get into bad games. I'm never really a fan of PvP, as online matches can be a toxic environment, but with the goal solely to finish the matches, this really is no big deal, and doesn't require too long of a commitment. Although it is not part of the Platinum process, Uncharted 4 does have some additional DLC trophies. A new PvE multiplayer game type called Survival was released, and this played out similar to Firefight in Halo Reach, where waves of enemies must be defeated in quick succession without dying. After completing all waves, you will receive 1 to 3 stars based on how fast you completed the round. For the trophies, you must complete all levels with 3 stars on crushing difficulty. This isn't too bad, but is heavily reliant on having competent and experienced teammates. I have not yet completed these, but really enjoyed the game type, so I'll definitely keep working towards it. Overall, Uncharted 4 was a wonderful and fitting final story in the saga of Nathan Drake. The game was filled with wonderful callbacks and Easter eggs throughout that really brought everything full circle and was a gift to longtime fans. The graphics and massive environments were beautiful, and the characters were vividly detailed. The gameplay was a ton of fun, despite the difficulty, and introduced some really cool new mechanics. There is so much to explore and see, with immense replay value. The voice acting was amazing, as is par for the Uncharted series, with excellent characters that you really connect with. But there were some things that I took minor issue with. It was a bit demoralizing when no matter how clever or complicated a puzzle was to solve, the enemies were always already there, or one step ahead, rendering it pretty useless or unimpressive and not special in any way. Nate would work so hard to reach an area just for others to simply manifest there. The constant jumping from one location to the next also got a bit repetitive, as the clues are just a never-ending scavenger hunt, so the impact of a discovery was lessened, knowing it was just going to lead you somewhere else later. I was also really confused at why exactly Sam felt the need to lie to Nate in the first place. I'm sure Nate would have wanted to finish his mom's work without the threat of Alcazar. Especially since Sam was out of jail 2 years prior, and before Nate was so deeply entrenched in his new lifestyle. When Sam actually breaks out of jail, it would have only been 1 year after Drake's deception. Sam would have no knowledge of Nate's life or his desire to live peacefully, so there would be no reason whatsoever to stay away. I also didn't like how the issues between Nate and Sam were never truly resolved, as I really felt like Sam blamed Nate for not knowing he was alive. Sam never explains why he did anything, especially, hey, I'm actually alive and been free for 2 years, but didn't feel the need to tell you. I was frustrated at Nate for lying to Elena to cover for a selfish character. They had been through so much in the previous games, and to almost throw all of that away for Sam was frustrating. I understand that Nate probably felt like he owed it to him since he was in prison for 15 years, but he doesn't owe him a thing. Especially at the end of the game, when Sam selfishly ditches them, knowing they'll follow him anyway and likely get killed. Despite this, the story was an excellent and emotional journey. The epilogue was a great final send-off, and seeing Cassie as a cursing and sneaky combination of Nate and Elena was awesome. I loved how doing things legally, Nate and Elena were able to find huge success without letting go of their passion. Too often in life, people think they have to live a, quote, normal life and give up on their dreams, but you don't. The only thing that holds you back is yourself and your desire to fit into what you think you should be for society. Nate and Elena prove that you can follow your ambitions and seek adventure. Just avoid mercenaries and crushing gunfights. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for Platinum Review number 55.
Here! So long, arsehole!